Welcome to another TGC Penguin video, and today we are talking about Set 13's Attack of Vine's new leaked or spoiled cards. So, Lorcana has released a lot of cards since, because it's extra early because of Gen Con and all of that stuff that's gonna happen. So they want to get it out before Gen Con happens so people has time. Well, starting us off with one of the first leaked cards is Woody. This Woody guy is a 4-cost uninkable 2/4 that quests for 2. When you play this character, choose one of the following. If you have another toy character in play, choose both instead. So this is a new type of mechanism that we have not seen in Lorcana, I'm pretty sure, because there's a choose one. We have seen that before, but we have never seen an option where you can choose both. But you have to have a toy character, so this is definitely going to be a playable card depending on what it does. You may return a chosen character card with the cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand. Well, that sounds pretty good because now you can return Darks, or since Dark is not going to be, it's going to probably get rotated out, you could return almost anything that got banished or challenged or killed from the early game back to your hand, and it's going to be more card draw. And the second thing that you can choose, or the second thing that you get to do if you have another toy character, you may play a character with cost 2 or less for free. Well, I already see the combo. You can play a character from your discard with the cost 2 or less for free, basically. So that sounds pretty good. We've seen this with Lilo and actually we've not seen this that many times. The only times we've seen it was just Lilo and that one dog where you can return a dog from your discard or something like that. But anyways, this seems pretty good. It's a 4-drop, which it is uninkable, which is really bad because right now 4-drop is competing with Eleanor, and Eleanor is a lot better, in my opinion, because its card draw, it is low, it is damage, it can do almost anything. So I feel like this card might be seen 1 or 2 of because it might be seen more in the toy decks, less in the Eleanor dogs type decks. Well, after that we got Rapunzel, a 1-drop inkable 2/1 escape the tower. Her ability is the Call of Adventure. Once during your turn, you may discard a card to give this character +1 roll and evasive until the start of your next turn. That's actually really good. It's a 1/2/1, so if your opponent has that 1/1 beginning evasive with Pegasus, yeah, they will be able to get rid of it. But something that can... The thing is that you have to discard a card, and Igo doesn't have that many card draw options usually. So maybe you can discard a lot of uninkables. I don't really think it's that great because that's really interesting. Yes, you can discard a card, but you're losing one card, which is really big in Igo because Igo's getting rid of the hand really fast because your whole entire hand disappears in 0 seconds. But it is really good because a 2-quester that has evasive on 1-drop, that's a 2/1. That sounds amazing. Yeah, it's not that great. I feel like there's probably better 1-drops than Rapunzel. Look at what you have done. It's a 2-cost inkable that says deal 2 damage to chosen character. During your turn, when you discard this card, you may play it from your discard. You pay all cost. Okay. This may sound super confusing, but basically, if you ever discard it, you can pay 2 to deal 2 damage. like any way you discard it. If you discard it from your hand, I think it's only from your hand. I think you can only discard it from your hand. So, for example, Jack, which says you may get rid of the top card and put in your discard. That's not exactly discarding it. You're just putting it into your discard. But with Mulan, say you may draw and discard a card. You can discard, look what have you done, and pay 2 to do 2 damage, basically. This also triggers with the Blade character that, says that your actions that deal damage do 2 damage. You may deal 2 more damage, so you can deal 4 damage. You can also use Angel pitching this. You may pay the 2, using the 2 damage from the Angel, deal 2 damage. Using the other 2 to deal 2 damage. So you're basically paying 2 to deal 4 damage. That's a lot of damage. I think this card's going to be really good played in all steel decks. It might be a 3. Some people might play 3. I would highly suggest 4 because this card's insanely good. And there's also a combo with it that one of my friends is talking about that we don't really want to say, but there's definitely one thing you can do with it on top of another combo. That's actually one thing. You can actually pitch this with the Rapunzel we just looked at, dealing 2 damage to the 1-drop, but that kind of ruined the... So maybe if you're going second, if they play a 2-drop that it only has 2 willpower, you can pitch this to get rid of it. Or the 1-drop, of course, but that would be really funny if you could pitch this and get rid of the 2-drop, and now you have a big character. So that's one reason why you might want to get rid of this, and with the Rapunzel discard. Okay, we have a 2-drop uninkable Mother Golfer, evil as ever. Okay. She's a storyborn villain with the thing. She's a 3/3 that quests for 1. Mummy's back. During your turn, when you discard... Okay, nah. During your turn, when you discard this card, you may play this character from your discard. Okay, just like the action, but this is going to be like the new Lilo, kind of. Sort of. And you can also, I guess you can also pitch this with the Rapunzel and play it again. So now I'm starting to see these combos and things that Lorcana is purposely trying to set up with us. Well, I think this card is decent because now with cards like Mulan or Angel again, bringing that up again, you can pitch this, pay 2. So you just pay 2 for 2-drop and to deal 2 damage. So it's basically saying when you play this character, deal 2 damage. That's kind of what, when you pitch it with Angel, kind of. So that sounds really strong. I like this card too. It may not be a 4 of because 2-drop is a very common thing for aggro. It's a little slow for aggro and he quests for 1. And it's not as crazy as Lilo when you can keep on bouncing it back from your discard over and over and over. But I definitely like it. Ooh, okay. This is a tag team. Okay, so this is a 5-cost inkable that is a 4/4 that quests for 2. And the new thing here is that it is a prince and a princess because it's both Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, unlikely pair. It says storyborn team, hero, princess, and prince. My question is that team tie going to actually do anything about the future sets or the sets in Lorcana? Well, it has shift 3, so the small Rapunzel, you can maybe on turn 2 you pitch that Mother Golfer, play it. Turn 3, you shift. This thing, quest for 2. My question is, maybe you can pitch a card before you play this, giving it +1 lore and evasive, so when you shift it, you can quest it for 3 and it has evasive. So now you have a 1-turn 4/4 that quests for 3 that with evasive, and plus whatever these abilities say. Clever swap. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. Okay, so this is part of the combo of getting to draw that card and maybe getting to discard what have you done or Mother Golfers to be able to play it again. I see what they're doing because you're technically drawing a card off of that. which is technically card draw, which is also very good. During your turn, whenever you discard a character card, you may play that character from your discard, and you have to pay that all cost. That's also interesting. If you're shifting it for free, you probably just want to quest it and just draw and discard that card to have that hand filter. But then after that, you just keep on quest drawing and discarding a card to start playing a bunch of characters. And basically, it's going to be card draw if you keep on doing that. So I think this card's amazing. This card's really good if you pair it up with the 1-drop Rapunzel. You pitch that card, play that 2-drop from when you discard it, and then you shift. Well, you pitch another card, you shift, draw and discard a card, and gain 3 lore. So that's a 5 lore in turn 3. So if your opponent has no evasive, they can't do anything about that 5 lore. Maybe they can get rid of it on turn 1 somehow with like maybe evasive rush in the future sets. This combo with these 4 cards that Lorcana has set up with us is very, very fun. You broke my Schmodel. Okay, interesting. 1-drop uninkable action that says discard your hand and draw 2 cards. No! My Doc. Doc is gone. Doc gets replaced. This card seems better. He's not a body, so like beaking is gonna be technically better now, for example. So now instead of having that one body that can quest for that one annoying lore that could win them that game, it's no body, but it costs 1 less, and it's action. So they can't return it from the discard back to the hand and like do that stuff. So I feel like Doc is better than this card because with the combo with Snow White, with being able to return it to your hand, with the Popo bounce, all of that is so much better. But maybe you might be able to see action bounce back, being able to return the action from your discard to your hand with like possibly what's his name? The card that lets you return it. I don't know if it's an action or a song. It probably says it on the screen right now though. Well, my final thought on that card is probably because like it's mid. It's not that great. It's really good, but not. I'd rather have Doc. Doc seems so much better than action. But top deck wise, this seems better because there's only 1, and you rather not have a body on board. That's a 1/3. Maybe you can finish that last damage, but still, I think this is a lot better for top deck, but not as great as like your final card in hand. I'm not going to be talking about like the new promos coming out with the gift sets. They do look really amazing, but I'm not talking about those because I'm more about like the meta and what we're going to be seeing. For example, we're going to probably be seeing a lot of You Broke My Schmodel. Because it's basically the new Doc. We have this 2-drop inkable Pocahontas Guide the Tribe. 2 strength, 3 willpower, story bomb, hero, princess, and a quest for 1. When you play this character, you may pay a character with cost 1 for free. Interesting wording. So basically, when you play, you can play a character that costs 1 for free. Okay, that's basic. Okay, I get it now. So it's basically like a new lady. Since lady's getting rotated out, this is going to be the new lady. I don't really think it's that great. It's a 2-drop that only quests for 1, and it's getting 1 less strength. So now all the people who play like that happy in the princess Snow White deck or the ramp deck sometimes maybe. Yeah, I feel like stat wise it's not that great. It's a kind of like a slow thing. I feel like I'd rather just play a better 2-drop than this. It's not like the lady and earlier that could quest for 2. I don't think this card is going to see that much play, but I might be wrong. This next card is Vinci, 3-cost Inkable. That's a 2/4. That's Storyborn and an ally that quests for 1. The ability is Stealing In. When you play this character, if you have a character with Evasive in play, you may return a chosen character, item, location with the cost 2 or less to the player's hand. Interesting. So the first combo I think of is purple red with the Jebediah, or whatever, however you'd say his name, where you have the evasive reckless guy. So when you play her, since you have evasive, you can bounce one of the 2-drops back to the hand. It's kind of like a no need of ramp when Blorper, because you know the Blorper Tipo or sail into Tiggle. It's basically like Tiggle, but better. Because stat-wise, this card will destroy aggro. This card can easily bounce back anything in slow decks, like a card that is used to shift, like Morph, this new Morph that you might see, that we will talk about later. So, on stat-wise, it's pretty good. It could be better. It's not that great. Usually the best stat line for a 3-drop is a 4/4, so it's losing 2 strength to be able to bounce. And I would say that's actually kind of pretty good after I think about it like that. And I like this card a lot. It's basically a early Tiggle, basically. And don't forget, you can bounce your own Scrooge back to your hand, returning all those cards under it to your hand. And you can bounce your own items back to your hand. So like in Infinity, you can bounce your own Popsicle back to your hand, basically. That sounds kind of good. Not great though, because like I'd rather just have Carpetbag do that. But this card is amazing. I feel like this is gonna be like a not top, but a really played card to stop aggro from being able to do some crazy stuff. Our next card is Buzz Lightyear, providing cover. 4/2, that quest for 2. And I would like to stop here. It's a 4-drop on Inkable, but I would like to stop here and say the theme here is that a vine is trying to take over, basically. Who knows what it's trying to do. But there's a bunch of characters ganging up to stop the vine, basically. So in these arts, you're going to see a bunch of vines in there. So in this Buzz Lightyear art, you see Buzz Lightyear and Woody in the background. Woody has his like hoop thingy to like stop it, and like Buzz Lightyear's using his light laser thing. But like, I really appreciate that the art is continuing on the storyline, and that seems amazing. And I can't wait to see what continuous art they are gonna use, cause that would be really cool. But continuing on this card, he is a 4-drop on Inkable 4/2, the quest for 2 action figure. Okay, my bad, but he is a Storyborn hero toy and a captain. He's a captain, okay. So Captain Infinity Smee. So I guess it's a small keyword, but I don't know if it's gonna really affect too much in the current meta and core constructed. But it might affect like Smee and like how good Smee is. But continuing on his action figure ability, when you play this character, choose one of the following. If you have another toy character in play, choose both instead. And if you don't notice already, but this is like the exact same stats as Woody, except with his willpower and strength are reversed. So they both quest for 2, I'm pretty sure. They both are 4-cost on Inkables, but the stats are reversed. So they're kind of like a team-up team. But so it's also including that pick one, but if you have a toy character in play, pick both. But we'll see his his ability. You may return an action card with the cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand. First thing I think is you broke my Schmortle. That sounds amazing, returning back your card draw. And that doesn't sound that great because I wish I never saw this card again. Because I wish this did not exist, because that is broken. That's basically returning a dog back to your hand. Another thing you can do is return that look what have you done back to your hand, being ready to draw and discard or do something like that to be able to do that combo again. You may play a action with cost 2 less for free. I like to say, I forgot with the Woody, you don't have to pick the character you turn to your hand. Maybe you would like to, but same thing with this one. You could pick a whole different thing. So in Discord, you return Sunchill, you send a fire of the cannon or a kaboom or into another character or something like that, and instead of the Sunchill in Infinity, or it could be core too. But I feel like this card's going to be also seen a lot of play. The other problem is that is also that 4-drop uninkable port, where Eleanor's already taking that spot. But depending on, you broke my Schmodel, they're both uninkables, so if you play 4 of both of these, that's immediately 8 uninkables. So, like, and then if you want to play Eleanor, you have to play 4 of those if you want to play at least one. So that's already 12 uninkables, and that's kind of crazy. So maybe Buzz Lightyear might not see that much play because of his uninkable stats. But overall, if he wasn't uninkable, this card would be amazingly good. That might be the best card ever. But like, well, that is not the best card ever, but like the best. Basically a really good card. Our next card is Boo, a 3-cost uninkable. That's a 0/1 that quests for 1 in Boo, an energetic child. She is a storyborn and a hero. She has rush. Why would she have rush? She has still strength. Kid catastrophe. What? Okay. Anyways, whenever this character challenges another character with 3 strength or less, banish that character. No damage is dealt in that challenge. Wait. So like, does she like survive? Like, does she live after that challenge? Or is it like, if she deals no damage in that challenge? That's interesting. I would like you guys to help me on this because I have no idea what this is. I don't get that what it means. But I do really like this card because that can remove a lot of things, including a big one, Eleanor. Eleanor is gone with this card. Because that's insane. But the downside is it dies to Eleanor. The downside is that it definitely dies to Eleanor. One, willpower is very, very weak because that means anything can get rid of it. It is a very flexible card. But if you think about it, it basically says banish a chosen opposing exalted aggro character. If you try to think about it again, you can get rid of a Hades, which is also really good. The big Hades, even the purple Hades. You can get rid of a lot of things with this that you don't think you could usually get rid of. So I think this card might be seeing a 1 or 2 of, because like it's kind of like a this might be a card instead of Headless Horseman, kind of, if you know what I mean, because it kind of has the same type of ability of Headless Horseman. If you think about it as like a new type of ball. Ooh, excuse me. Our next card is Molin, a 4-cost uninkable 1/4 that quests for 2, and he is a Dreamborn, Mentor, and Sorcerer. He is Minor Trickery. When you play this character, you may draw a card from the bottom of your deck. That's interesting because there are cards that say put one at the top and put one at the bottom. So you're basically technically picking one you want to draw immediately and then one you want to draw your next turn. But that's insane. That's a really good card. That's really good. He has a second ability already. The only problem is that he's a 1/4 and that's kind of weak. But since he draws a card that's already pretty good, and since he has a second ability, this is going to be really good. When this character is banished, put this card from your discard on the bottom of your deck. Not the greatest ability I was thinking. I was like thinking more like when you this character quest, look at the top card you may put at the top of the bottom, basically. Even that would be probably better than this ability. This ability is just kind of downgrading because like you don't want to draw another Mullen if you are trying to do that. But if you look at the art, it looks like he's trying to study the vine because he looks like he has a tiny piece of the vine and he has like this. If you think of it, he has the visions of the future card, and he's trying to vision the future. So, oh yeah, because his second name thing, like his undername is envisioning the future. So there it is. In all, I think this card is okay. It's harder to know what's at the bottom of your deck than the top of your deck. I just think that like he's not going to be that great because one card you rather have a Cindy or a new card that I'm about to show you, show you later on than this. And he's uninkable, in which Sapphire already has a bunch of uninkable problems. Every deck has uninkable problems. Our next card is a 5-cost uninkable 4/3 4/5 that quests for 1. His name is Maximus. Relentless Stylon. Okay, I can't read. But he's a story bomb and an ally. No escape. If you discarded a card this turn, this character gains Challenger 2 and can challenge ready characters. What? That's insane. He's a 6/5 if you discarded a card. Okay, the only problem is that I realize he's a 5-cost uninkable, but holy macaroni and macaroni cheese. That's insane. Like, you can get rid of the Eleanor before they even know it. Like, if you play this with Sapphire and the new type of trying to lead all the ramp to turn 3, you get this on turn 4, and that's when your opponent usually plays an Eleanor or something. Well, with the ramp Amber has, they usually play on turn 3. But anyways, you can get rid of all Eleanor and Infinity. You can get rid of an entire Tramp with that. This card's really good. That card's really good. Yeah, like, I mean, there's nothing else to say. You can draw and discard the card and play this on the next turn after with the tag team that we have. That I already said with Flynn Rider and Rapunzel. Other than that, I just want to say this card's insane, and I'm not going to say anything else. Because I just realized he has another thing that he can do. And I will show you that later. Talk about it later. Our next card is... Hold on a second. Carlo Fredrickson. This is from Up. He's a 4-cost inkable 3/3 that quests for 1. On the move. Moving partner. Whenever you play a location, you may move this character and up to one of your other characters to that location for free. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Speedway, the finish line. So you immediately just gain 3 lore, and I think it's actually that. Yeah, I think you gain 3 lore and gains draw 3 cards. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind. So that sounds really good because if you find a way to like play Grandmother Willow or something and play this on 3, you already have draw 3 cards and gain 3 lore. That sounds really good. One of this character quest where I had a location, draw cards equal to that location's lore. Another thing I'm really think of is the Lumitero thing with you gains 1 extra lore for every other location. So if you have a total of 3, that's 2 lore in total, I'm pretty sure. I think it actually has 2 starting, so that's 3 lore. So you draw 3 cards already again. So that's really good. This card's gonna be the only the only thing that is about it is that it is competing for the spot of Jack, who says put the top card of your deck into your discard. And the main thing is that with the location deck is that it says if you discard a location, bans your chosen opposing character. So I feel like you probably want to play 4 of both because this card's insane because you can play instead of Pocahontas. Maybe. Who knows? It seems more better Infinity card. Yeah. I can't really tell how good this card is. It looks good, but if you think about locations haven't been really that good ever. But maybe with this new card, locations can be better, and that's why I keep on thinking every single set. I will do 3 more, and 3 more to go, and we're done. Marlon Lee, lead vocalist. 1 cost, inkable, 0-3, single 3 that quest for 1. I thought they said they're gonna get rid of that 1 card that they just replaced Cindy and Ariel. Not Ariel, Angel. Okay. Ban loyalty. This character can't sing songs without singing together. Oh my goodness. Oh, I had a panic right there. Okay, this card's a little bit, well, not worse, but not as good as I think it was. I think it's still relatively good. I don't think it's going to be like a 1-drop that you play. It's probably going to be like a 2-drop, maybe, like on top of another card, because then you could, 1-drop Angel, 1-drop, the next turn 1-drop Lee, and then another random 1-drop, and then you can sing a 6-cost song, like Pirate's Life, that has sing together, like if you know it, like that. And that sounds somewhat good. This doesn't seem that great, so I don't think this card's gonna see any play. Yeah, it's not gonna see any play. I don't think so. The next card is Lee 2, 6-cost inkable, popular lead panda, 4/5 that quest for 3. It is a storyborn hero and a red panda. Interesting. That red panda thing is very interesting. It has temporary shift. This is a new thing that is a little complicated, not really complicated. You may pay 3 to play this on top of one of your characters named Melan Lee. At the end of your turn, remove all damage from this character and only this card to your hand. So the card under it lives is stays on the board while you return that to your hand, so you can keep on popping it over and over. So you can say this is better and quote unquote worse because you keep on having to play 3, but then your opponent can't get rid of it if it does something. The reason why it removes all damage is because then the card under it doesn't die when it goes back up to your hand, because that would just be sad. But it's a 6-drop, so you can play it for 6, which is actually not that good because no Ruby deck can really get card draw depending on what you do. So maybe in a purple deck this would be good. But once during your turn, which is really important, whenever this character sings a song, gain 3 lore. So even if you have ways to ready it over and over and over with, for example, like that mill deck that I saw Infinity Will, it had a whole new world and a bunch of cards like Hercules and Lilos and stuff that can ready and return songs back from your discard to your hand. And then you just mill your opponent out, basically. But since this is kind of since Lorcana maybe saw that and seeing you can sing Whole New World over and over and over and over really easily, they decided probably maybe instead of that, they don't want you to be able to sing songs over and over and gain 9 lore in 3 turns, and on turn 3 or turn 4, whatever. So I feel like this code's gonna be pretty good. It's just not gonna be that great in the whole because you have to pair with Amber where there's all that singing. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that great. It's not exactly the first thing that you would want because the shift is not that great 1-drop either. I mean, 3 willpower is pretty good, but you rather have 4 willpower than 3 with a technically useless ability. And our last card for today is Randall Boggs. He's a 3/3 that quests for 2. Scary small. Dreambone villain, and he's a monster. Okay, get out of here. When you play this character, chosen character of yours. Bleh. When you play this character, put chosen character of yours into your Inkwell face down and exert it. Interesting. Sounds pretty good. It's kind of like that Pegly, but it quests for 2 instead. I don't remember what Pegly does, but instead, Devour's plan. At the end of your turn, if all cards in your Inkwell are exerted, gain 1 law. When you play this character, put chosen character of yours to Inkwell face down and exert. Okay, so it's still exerted, so you have to pay that 1 extra ink if you want to do it when you play it. So it basically says gain 1 law and ramp. So I think this might be pretty good. I'd rather play Cindy, but this might be a really good alternative because not everybody's able to get the Cindy out on turn 4. Yeah. I feel like this is a pretty good card. Not the best. It could be probably better, but it is how it is, and I'm ready to be able to have to get rid of a bunch of green steel decks, because the green steel with the cards that we looked at so far looks like the best, the strongest basically. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a great rotation.